Hello and welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a long time. By the way, I got new glasses, finally, very much overdue. I'm actually filming downstairs today. Phoebe's just asleep at the moment in the buggy still from our lunchtime walk, so she will be getting up in maybe about 20 minutes, half an hour. She probably will make an appearance at the end of this video. Before I get started, obviously, sorry, I haven't made a video in a very long time. Obviously, if you have a newborn, you will know kind of adjusting to their timings and stuff. I was finding it hard to find the time and the motivation in terms of being awake enough and energetic enough to film a video. So it's been a long time coming. What I will say is a quick shameless plug is that if you want to kind of keep updated, and obviously that would be amazing, then follow my Instagram. I post pretty much daily on my story, and I post a lot on my grid as well. I've posted a lot of stories about feeding, about pumps that I use, breast pumps. I post about my routine with my newborn. So definitely, if those are things that you're interested in, then go follow me on Instagram, because that's where you'll find it all. So yeah. Also, has anyone else put up some Christmas decorations yet? I'm not allowed to put up all our Christmas decorations because it's Fraser's birthday on the 29th of November, so I have to wait until after his birthday. But I have been kind of putting up the odd sneaky bit and bob. This is all his birthday presents, ready to go. So yes, okay, let's get on to the video. So this video I'm going to be filming is newborn essentials. Phoebe is 5 weeks today, so she is still a newborn. I can't remember officially, I think the newborn phase ends at like 12 weeks or something, possibly a bit before that. But yes, she is 5 weeks today, still technically a newborn. So these are my newborn essentials, the things that I haven't been able to live without, especially at the beginning in that kind of first week or 2 weeks. There's a couple of stuff that's actually, like, I would say is essential, and there's some stuff that I would say is kind of a bit more of like a luxury, but I would still say it will make your life a lot easier. So if you can, try and get it. Obviously this is all personal experience. Every baby is different, every mother is different, they want to do things differently, but for me this is what I found worked really well to get us used to being together. So let me just grab my notebook. I've written it all down. So the first thing, also I'm going to talk about hospital a little bit. Obviously I spent a night at the hospital, and there was some stuff I found that were essential when I was at the hospital, and a couple of these are those as well, so I will kind of be talking a little bit about that, but I'm not going to kind of go specifically into that. I might do a separate video on it. If you want that, then obviously let me know. But yeah, so this is kind of just like in general at home, what are my essentials. So the first thing I would say, this is no order by the way, there's no order as to the most essential to the least essential. The first thing I wanted to mention was these, and they look so funny. But this is a swaddle. Now I had, I don't know if you've seen kind of my haul videos and stuff, I had 3 beautiful Aiden and Anae swaddles. I think, I don't know if I've got one kicking around, let me have a look. I can't seem to find one at the moment, but if I spot one then I will show you. But they're basically like huge pieces of fabric, really soft. I think mine were bamboo, really soft and beautiful. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna swaddle her in those. Got to the first night in hospital and I was there with my bag of things, and I was trying to desperately look up videos how to swaddle her, because obviously usually I would have got like my mum, or I could have kind of done it with Fraser, we could have done it together, but because it was only me in hospital, I was desperately like watching these videos, trying to learn how to swaddle, couldn't figure it out, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. So my mum actually dropped off another bag of things a bit later, and this was one of the things that she dropped off. This is a swaddle. I got all these ones secondhand from one of my stepmom's clients, but this is a hands up swaddle. So basically it zips her in and her hands look like this next to her head. I'll see if I've got a photo, then I will show you. So basically, and yeah, it's just a zip all the way down and the legs are free kind of in here, and then there's a zip at the bottom as well, so you can zip it up for nighttime nappy changes. You can just kind of do her legs. There is also on the back a little pocket. It's not actually a pocket, it's a hole through, which is where if you put them in their swaddle in a car seat, you can fit the car seat strap through. Now for me, these are essential. Phoebe loves being swaddled, but she definitely likes being swaddled with her hands up. Some babies prefer being swaddled with their hands down. She likes being swaddled with her hands up. I think it's because when she was in the womb, she had her hands up near her mouth and near her face, and it's just kind of, if you lie her down without a swaddle, and I have some photos of this as well, if you lie her down without a swaddle, she automatically sleeps like this. So it's just for babies, it's that kind of extra bit of coziness to kind of imitate that in-womb kind of sense for them, make them a little bit more cozy and a little bit more comfortable. And in hospital it was a game changer because I was on my own and I didn't know about anything basically about newborns, and I didn't want to be faffing around with blankets and stuff. Obviously I couldn't really move my legs because I had a cesarean. I didn't want to be faffing around with blankets and stuff, and I couldn't figure out how to get her into the swaddle in a way where she wouldn't just wriggle out. So yes, this worked perfectly for us. This one is the brand Love to Dream, but like I said, I don't know about pricing and stuff because unfortunately I did get them secondhand. But yes, I would say essentially if you have a wriggly baby that wriggles out of a swaddle but still loves to be swaddled, or a baby that loves hands up swaddling, is perfect. Okay, next up, this is a proper basic but definitely an essential, and I should have bought more to prepare myself, and that is cotton wool pads. I thought because I was using baby wipes I wouldn't need any cotton wool at all, because I know that in the first kind of stage you should use cotton wool and water just because they're so sensitive down there during nappy changes, but turns out you use cotton wool for everything. So just a few things that we use them for. Obviously, like I already said, I use them for nappy changes in hospital with a bit of warm water rather than kind of the harshness of a wipe on her skin. Also use them for cleaning her eyes. She gets quite sticky eyes, especially when she's just woken up, so a cotton wool pad and a bit of cool boiled water is perfect for cleaning her eyes. Same with her belly button. Obviously her umbilical cord has now dropped off, but it still can be a little bit sticky, a little bit gunky sometimes. So again, cool boiled water and a cotton pad is the dream to clean that. Also when she's in the bath, we use a cotton wool pad to wash her face as well, because it's just a little bit nicer than like a harsh cloth or something. So yeah, cotton wool pads, definitely an essential. I thought I wouldn't need them at all, and I've been adding them to my shop every week, so definitely get some of those in your nappy change drawer. Speaking of bath time, another essential is definitely this bad boy. This is a hooded towel, and these ones are really nice. This is the Snooze one, and it's actually toweled inside the hood as well. There's some that have just cotton inside the hood, so they don't actually do any drying inside the hood, but this is a Snooze one. I've got 3 of them, and obviously we just have them on rotation, but they are so good for getting out the bath, because especially if you wash her hair, you want to keep her head warm straight away, so making sure that her head and stuff stays nice and cozy in here is really nice. And then obviously it's just really soft towel that you can wrap around her and cuddle her up after the bath. Obviously they're not waterproof. If she wheezes on her towel it will go through, but that's not a problem because we have 3. I would definitely recommend having more than one. So stick one in the wash and then you can just pull out the next one, kind of thing. But yeah, definitely an essential, a hooded towel. Okay, moving on from bath time then. So another essential for me is waterproof mats, and I didn't even think about this kind of before. Okay, so moving on from bath time then, another essential for me would be waterproof mats. Now I've got various different waterproof mats. I've got some that my mum made that are on her changing mat upstairs. I've got this one from Zara, which is like I think it's meant to be like a travel one. You can like fold it up and put it away, but it's waterproof as well. And then we also use, they're not in the packet, this is the packet. We use the Pampers change mats, and they look like this, and these are like the disposable ones. Kind of a bit like if you've ever had a puppy, it's like a puppy pad that you put down for your puppy to wee on in the house. All of them have their different uses. Obviously these ones have the dream of not having to be washed, you can just chuck them in the bin. Obviously I know it's not very good for the environment, but yeah, you can just chuck these ones in the bin. Especially good if she's having nappy free time and she does a poo, because then you can just clean her up and chuck it away. Yes, so they're excellent. Nappy free time is really, really good for babies, and it wakes her up after a nap if she's still feeling a little bit lethargic, and it's good obviously to have something waterproof to stick under her butt, so that if she does do a wee, which she almost definitely will, there's no kind of harm there. It's just easy to deal with. So yes, definitely waterproof mats everywhere, downstairs, upstairs, everywhere. Okay, so speaking of things that you need to have everywhere, and that is muslins. I've literally, within arm's reach, I had 4 just where I'm sat in the living room. So making sure that they are basically everywhere at arm's reach, wherever you are going to be sat with her, or him, obviously if your baby's a boy, then that would be ideal. Obviously I use these for feeding, so wiping myself up when she's done, wiping her face up when she's done, burping if she's sick, or if she's having floor time, so if she's lying on the floor, put a muslin under her head, so if she spits up a bit, if she's gone tummy time and she spits up a bit, when she's sleeping, put a muslin across where her head is going to be. Still safe sleep, but make sure that it's tucked in nice and tightly, because it just means that if she spits up in her sleep, you don't have to take off the entire sheet. She'll just spit up on the muslin and you can take it off, wash it. Cleaning up wee and stuff, if she wees on this waterproof mat, then you can just kind of swipe it off and put it in the wash. But yes, essential, need lots of them, need them everywhere. I think we have at least 15, and it's probably not enough. So making sure that you have enough muslins, and make sure you wash them at least once before you use them, because they're not absorbent at all. They start off really crisp and then they kind of get this weird square pattern on them, and that's what you want, because that means they're really absorbent. So definitely muslins everywhere, more than you think you'll need. Again, something that you need lots of, more than you think you'll need, is blankets. Again, I'm sitting here, I've got 1, 2, 3 blankets. There's probably more kicking around somewhere, but you will never have enough blankets. Obviously we will use a blanket for the buggy, we will use a blanket when she's in her rocking chair, we will use a blanket in the car seat when she's sleeping, if she's having naked time and then she comes up for a feed, like everything we will use a blanket for. All different shapes, all different sizes, all different thicknesses. Get one of everything, because you never know when you are going to need a blanket. So another essential for me, and this is something that not everyone uses, but I found it really useful in terms of getting a routine and settling her, and that is Dummies. I went in with an open mind. I was kind of like, oh, if she uses Dummies, that's fine. If she doesn't, that's fine. I'm not fussed. I know some people are really against them. I'm not entirely sure if there's reasons for that. I'm not sure. I was just kind of open to them. I know that they can be a bit of a struggle if you then have to kind of wean them off the dummy, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yes, Dummies are an essential for me. We always make sure we have one on us, just to kind of settle her or comfort her, or if she wakes up in the night and she's not hungry, she's just kind of mithering away, dummy. So we actually use the Boobs dummies. They look like this. Firstly, they're freaking adorable. She looks so cute when she has one in her mouth. So cute. I'll try and put some pictures up from when she's had that in. But they also have the benefits of having a rubber, I don't know what you'd call it, rubber tip, rubber nipple, I'm not sure. But this is made of natural rubber rather than plastic or silicone, so the baby's more likely to kind of accept it and take it. Obviously they're completely breathable, they've got these holes so there's no chance of suffocation. And this one in particular has this white rim, the right handle, that is glow in the dark, which is a lifesaver in the middle of the night when she spits it out and then she starts fussing and you can just reach in and see the glow in the dark and shove it back in her mouth. So yes, Dummies are definitely an essential for me. And do your research, obviously, like I said, they're not for everyone, but I would say we had a couple on hand just in case. And it was just in the first instance, when I got home, obviously having had a cesarean, she needed to go back into hospital the next day, and our hospital's not that close. So my mum was able to take her with some pre-pumped colostrum that I'd pumped, that I'd hand expressed, and a dummy, and that saw her through. Also, in terms of the dummies, they are sold by a brand called Babe Basics, which I am luckily an ambassador for. So you can use the code Phoebe10 for 10% off your order, and they sell dummies and lots of other lovely things as well. So I will leave the link in the description if you want to check them out. Okay, moving on to breastfeeding. I chose to breastfeed. We've had a really nice journey so far. She latched pretty much straight away coming out when I was in recovery, so yes, it's going really well. Just a couple of breastfeeding essentials. Firstly, a breastfeeding essential is nipple cream. When I say your nipples will be so sore, like honestly, there is, you know, it is so painful. They will be blistered, they will be cracked. I didn't have any bleeding, but they were definitely scabbed. So I applied this literally after every feed, between feeds, you know, like all the time. I don't use it as much at the moment because it's not as essential kind of once you've established breastfeeding, but oh my gosh, you definitely need some kind of nipple cream. This is a really good one because it's safe for baby. So if you plop this on and then she starts feeding, it's safe for her because there's some nipple creams that you have to wipe off before you feed. So this is the Lancino one. You can pick it up in Boots on Amazon. So yeah, definitely get yourself some nipple cream if you're planning on breastfeeding. Another thing you will need if you're breastfeeding is nipple pads, like breast pads. These are disposable ones. I also have some reusable ones. These are Lancino as well, and they were given to me secondhand. Your boobs will leak, your nipples will leak all the time, everywhere. So I would always have these handy, and I will always have a set in my bra ready for any leakages that may occur. And finally, I mean, I could go into all sorts of things that you need for breastfeeding, but they're kind of more like luxuries, pumps and bras and stuff. I would say the last thing that I found really useful, especially in the beginning, to establish supply was this pump here, which is a Hacker. Again, I think I just got mine off Amazon, but you can get them everywhere. It uses natural suction, so you just suction it onto your breast, and it uses like the natural suction to get your letdown and any spare milk. When you're feeding from one breast, you can put it on the other. Like I said, I have gone into details about the pumps and stuff that I use on Instagram, so if you want more information about that, then go and check it out there. But this is definitely an essential for the early days for establishing that supply. Okay, these things are not, I wouldn't say like essential, but I would say your life will be a little bit easier if you have them. The first one is vests that do not go over the head, because if your baby is anything like mine, when she's in a grump, she does not want anything going over her head. She doesn't want you fiddling with her arms, and these vests are so much easier. They're like an overlap one, so the buttons overlap so it doesn't have to go over her head. I think they're called like wraparound vests or something, and this one is from H&M. I've got all of mine from H&M. They only do long sleeve, so I can find, but I'm not sure if they do short sleeve ones as well. But yes, these are definitely essential if you don't want your baby to be grumpy every time you need to get them dressed. Okay, I think I just heard her, so I'm just going to go and get her up, and then I've got one more essential that I wanted to talk about. So yes, I'm just going to go and grab her. Oh, hello. It's okay. Someone's just woken up from her nap. We've had our eyes washed because, like I said, they can get a little bit crunchy. And someone's hungry. Hungry. Can I do one more and then we can have a snack? So the last thing I would say that you need is some kind of nightlight. Now we have a big Miffy nightlight. Yeah, we do, don't we? We have a big Miffy nightlight, and I've got some pictures of it that I will show you, but it's a really nice one because it has a remote and you can dim it and fade it and make it brighter, which we use in the evening, and we will sometimes use it in the middle of the night as well. I try to do night feeds in the dark just because obviously you maintain that kind of sleepy vibe, but yeah, it's really good to kind of just create that evening atmosphere. for that last feed. And yeah, so just generally like a nightlight is something that's really nice to have in the bedroom. Are you gonna say hi? You're gonna say hi to all the lovely people that are watching? Oh, Bubba. Oh no. You just woke up from your nap. Are you hungry? I've just been telling them everything that we need, oh Bubba, everything that is essential for looking after you. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Sorry if it seemed a bit rushed. Obviously I didn't have loads of time. But yeah, if you want any more information, then let me know. And like I said, Instagram is the place to follow me. Sorry, that's just Fraser messing around in the kitchen. If you want any more information about anything, message me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. So yes, see you later.